Okay. Did everyone want to upload their resumes so everyone has them to look over?
Yeah, let me do. I mean, mine seriously, I haven't worked in forever, so I mean, mine's. I would never really turn this in. I would have to really um, figure some more things to put on there, but I'll upload mine in just a minute. I think everyone else already did.
I'm going back through and saving mine as a PDF, and it'll make it easier. Because as a Word document, it forces a download. So
Oh wait, so did you? Are you putting yours in a Google Doc? Is that what you said?
I'm doing it as a PDF.
Oh, okay.
See, I even changed the name on mine because
I know. I was gonna say I like how yours said Sam Smith.
It said no confidential. I mean, the other stuff is still my resume. I took the address off, and I took my GPA off.
Yeah, I think I took my phone number out and said phone number goes here and email goes here, and this is my LinkedIn URL that's supposed to be really long like this, you know. Kind of trying to make it look like it was supposed to, but with just filler text, and then took out GPA and I left everything else.
While we're waiting and it's on my mind, Melissa, do you do, I can't remember which class CIT 360 is. I believe it's...
I don't know what that one is either. Is that the...
Java.
Oh, is that Java? No, I don't do Java, sorry.
Okay. Somebody, because I'm in the Facebook groups, not only for the web design and development, but also for CIT majors, because a lot of the classes are for both.
Right.
And somebody in 360 is looking for a tutor.
Yeah, I didn't do 260 here because I did it over at BYU Provo. But I did Java a ton there, but I've lost it all. Like, I've lost most of it. Like, I did a little tiny bit of Java in 313, CIT 3 or CS 313 here, but
Yeah.
I was struggling a little bit because I was trying to remember and regurgitate from years before.
Okay.
Not a good idea. That's why I did not stick with CS. Oh boy. Yeah, no, I actually just got someone by word of mouth that wanted to hire me, so I'm tutoring them today, and then someone else through my website, brand new person who wanted to hire me, so I'm doing them today too. So I'm like, wow, I've tutored 4 different people in the last like 3 days. So I'm getting full.
That's awesome. I mean, is it mostly students or is it other people too?
Mostly, I think most of them are students. I think they're all students. Because most of them just ask about the classes. Most of them actually are 230 right now because they're just wigging out, getting crazy.
Yeah, I did not like that. I mean, like, I didn't do that. I did okay in that class, but like, it was because I pretty much, my brother-in-law does programming and he like helped me. I mean, you know, but I wouldn't, if I had to go back and do it right now, I've forgotten everything, I'm sure. I mean, I probably remember a little bit.
It's different now than when I took it.
Oh, is it?
Now they've got like weather apps and crazy.
I don't know if you guys saw this, but your storyboard walked me through the scenario well. Your paper prototype was exactly what I was looking for to see for this problem, and really good work on your interactive mock-up. Great work on this problem set. 100% credit again.
Oh, good.
Awesome.
I just saw the email saying 3.2 had been graded, so I was like, oh, right as like you were talking about it.
Yep, so I have I keep stressing about this class. My husband's like, you have 99.8 in this class. Shut up. My other class, I had a D in at one point. So at least I have a B in it now. Which Miranda, I don't know if, I'm assuming he did everybody's. He graded my draft from last week.
I don't know.
Is she in here? She might have got kicked out because she's in the same
It
class
shows
as me.
it's still in here.
Yeah, but it'll show she's in here and she won't necessarily be here.
Mm.
Okay. Have we started a doc for this?
No, I just realized I hadn't.
You don't
Throw
have to
something
do
up really
anything.
fast. No, I just hadn't started one, but I will throw one up really fast. Watch. Just look away for a sec. Here. Let me just throw throw this up. Well, here, sit on this chair, and then you won't fall down. Or you can just sit in my lap. That's fine. I'm just gonna have to work around you. Hi. Oh, come on. Why are you loading to share the document? Oh, well, I have to name it. That's why. Now I can share with people. And I'll make it.
Did you guys save it as a PDF just through Word?
Yeah, just go into Word and click Save, and it should save to Adobe PDF.
Okay. Fine. For some reason.
Here's the Google Doc link.
I mean, mine's terrible. I'm not gonna lie. I did not spend a lot of time doing it, so
Mine was from a semester or two ago. I had to go in and I had to say, oh, wait a second. I stopped working here and put my end date. And I was like, there, now everything's perfect.
I just kept what I made a couple semesters ago in a class because honestly, it hasn't changed. So there you go.
well, and I haven't taken a class. I know that anyway. I haven't made one for class, but honestly, I don't know. I mean, I'll have to go and really think of what to put in mine once I do. I mean, I just haven't worked in so long, so I mean, I guess it's going to mainly be about school time. But
So
Can you guys hear me yet?
oh
Yeah.
we can hear you now.
Yay! I'm like, I've been able to hear you guys. I've like actually even like got myself out like 3 times because I can hear everything, but I keep like, they must not be able to hear me. Okay, so yay. Sarah, mine isn't great either. Mine's horrible. And in fact, I'm supposed to be like having this great one for this class I'm in and keep revising it. And I'm like, I don't know what I'm supposed to put. I've done nothing.
yeah.
So mine is actually, so mine is based on like, it's based on this job announcement from anyways, it's from a,
Which class is it that you're taking right now?
it's for the business English. So business 320, is that the right number?
Yeah, I didn't take that one.
Yeah. So
So business 320, you work on a recipe. I was able to get out of taking that class partly because I took another class that is almost just like it.
oh, yeah. Well, my thought was like I could have done another English class for the major. I could have done something different, but I thought the reason why I did that one is because I don't have a LinkedIn profile set up, and they do that. I don't have a resume ready to go, and they do that, and you know. So I thought I need to just do that so that I have all this stuff going. But I'm just not. I don't know. It's
I'm sorry, which class?
I think it's business 320. I'm like trying to think.
That's the one I did the resume for.
Yeah.
The one I took 2 semesters ago. It's not bad.
Well,
Yeah.
another one that you do a resume for is if you take CS 308.
Oh.
That's the one I'm putting off because I already
It
did my.
sounds like it is a duplication of what you guys are talking about.
Exactly.
Because I was able to get out of taking B320. Part of it was because I took this class and I.
What else isn't? So I'm talking to an advisor today about that. I mean, you know, just about different. I'm hoping I can substitute a couple of classes because
CS 308, I created a resume, a front sheet, all of that stuff.
okay.
I don't think we create. I had to create a LinkedIn. No, I didn't. I lie. I didn't have to create a LinkedIn. I just created one. And it sucks. No, I did have to for that class. Otherwise, I wouldn't have done it. I don't know. I can't remember.
Hmm.
But we
So
had to,
Brittany, what did you end up getting on your the branding draft, whatever that?
B or a B minus.
I'm like, I don't like the way he grades. He's a little harsh.
Oh, really?
That's what I think. Maybe I'm being silly, but I think he's a little harsh. I don't
What
know.
did you get?
I got a B minus. I got 32 out of 40. I'm like, I don't know. I'm a perfectionist and I'm used to getting all A's. And I'm like, it's bugging me that I've got an A minus already. So
Maybe he went chill on me because I told him, I'm like, this isn't my best work. And I'm telling you that right now. Design is hard for me. And my daughter's been in the hospital 2 days. So this is what I got. Tell me what else I need. So he gave me the feedback. Maybe he was chiller on me.
Oh, yeah. Well, I wish I would have gotten a little feedback. I mean, I got a teeny little bit. It just is like, this is a little sparse and your logo's nice, but it feels stretched out a little. The colors you're using look great, but I'm like, okay. So I'm like, why 8 points off if it's a little, I don't know. I mean, cause he's like, I like the colors you're using. They work well together. The logo's nice. Your style guide's a little sparse. So 8 points off. Oh, well, I'll just deal with it. It is what it is.
You know what? I have decided it does not matter when all of this is done.
I know, and
an A, a B, or a C in this class.
And I need to stop worrying about it, especially like, I'm so seriously swamped, and now like I'm having to pick up a little more work, doing more house cleaning. So I've got that being thrown in. My son leaves for the MTC on December 19th. So I'm trying to get all that stuff done with him and his mission. And like, oh goodness.
That's when it's like, as long as you're getting a C, you're good.
That's what I need to just do is just like calm down and figure I'm doing the work. I just need to stop stressing about it so much.
You know, a B minus is just fine. I got a D minus on the personal manifesto. I wasn't in it. I guess I needed 3 objectives and I only had 1. I was like, that's all I had. I'm sorry. I don't want to fill it up with BS. So.
Yeah, but that one was only worth 10 points. I'm like, so some of them, that's why I'm like, okay, I'm okay with getting a lower grade, but the brand identity draft was worth 40. But that's better than like, at least that's the one that he accepted that I didn't, that I screwed up and didn't. So I'm like, I should just be happy with a B minus. I am. I'm happy with a B minus. That's better than a 0. So
much better than a 0.
Yes.
So it is what it is. What we turn in this week is a little bit bigger.
Yeah. I'm a little stressed out about that too, but that's just because leaving town tomorrow morning and trying to get, oh goodness, we'll see how much I can get accomplished this week.
I feel like this class's assignment is a little bit more work than that. Because honestly, we're just taking our logo and a photo and sticking it on our social medias.
Yeah, and that's true. And I actually already got some of it set up too. Like I did it as part of my, like, instead of doing just a drawn out,
yeah, it looks like you already placed yours.
Yeah, I already placed some of it. The rest of it, I just kind of plopped something on top. So. Yep. Okay, I suppose I should stop talking about another class and we should get down to business. Huh?
Who do you guys have for that? I still have to take that class.
Michael,
Landon,
Michael, or Michael. I don't know how you pronounce it.
I don't know how to say it.
Mikle.
Is this 315?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm taking that next semester.
He's really nice. He's readily available. I ask questions on the Facebook group and he responds really quickly. I email him, he responds really quickly. I have no complaints about him. I've heard really bad things about certain comm teachers and I've liked him so far.
Yeah, well, the fact that he accepted my assignment means that I like him. I just like when my teachers give me better grades.
I mean, honestly, I feel like the teacher in this class isn't as available, and I feel like we're putting in like 20 to 50% more work than
tons more work. I think this class it almost is ridiculous to me. I feel like there's so much work like by the time all is said and done, especially like with the group work. And I mean, and we have a great group. I can't imagine like groups that have a harder time.
Did you like that email that she sent out about some group drama? I'm like, woohoo, thankfully that wasn't me.
I know, I was like, woohoo.
Oh, I didn't even see. How did I miss it? I don't know how I missed it.
She didn't post it on like.
It was just a straight up email.
Oh, I must have just not seen it. Weird.
It was basically like, you know, just make sure you're working with your groups because there are so many, you know, I'm sad with how many people aren't, you know, working with their groups and things like that. Just, and I'm like, yep, we got this.
Yeah. Well, group work can be so rough. Like it really can. I mean, luckily I've always been pretty lucky to be in some good groups, but, it's
because you make the good group.
Oh, really? That's what it is. Totally.
If you end up in like all of the good groups, it's mostly because you make a good group.
Yes, awesome. I'll take it. I make the good group good.
There you go. That's why this group's great.
Oh, I'm seeing. Oh, I just didn't check my email yesterday. I think that's why.
Yeah.
It was pretty. I looked at it. I was like, I am so sorry for all those people that didn't get good groups.
Hey, I was looking ahead in this class. I was just going through. I wrote things down on a calendar just when everything was due, just for the rest of the semester. But on one week, it's like next week or the week after, it says to like set up a Wix account, like for our, for our website. But do you guys know if we actually have to do it through there?
You don't have to make it through Wix.
Okay.
She talked about at the very beginning of the semester, you could code it by hand, you could use Wix. She just talked about using Wix because that seems to be the easiest builder for most people.
Okay.
And a lot of that stuff that you'll see, like if they refer to playing music, a Windows Media Player, and Wix, I think when this class was initially conceived, you either have to do a Windows Media Player skin or something in Wix.
Okay.
They've gotten rid of the Windows Media Player because I only heard nightmares about that. And then, yeah.
Whew, I'm really glad I took this later and didn't have to do that one. Oh, thank you. Did you need me to open it?
I'm actually thinking as far as ease, normally I wouldn't do it, but I'm like, for as much work as the rest of this class is, I might do something like Wix, like a drag and drop builder, like might just be the way to do it, just to, you know, make it easy on myself.
Because I'm doing both classes, this website, I'm doing my personal portfolio for both classes. Hopefully that means I'm killing two birds with one stone when I go through. This site is one that I did for another class. I think for that BCS 318 or 308.
Yeah, I made one. I'm taking the WordPress class right now. And I made one for that. I mean, at the beginning, she acted like it would be fine. And that's why when I saw that Wix thing, I was like,
WordPress class. I never
No, if you're doing that, if you're doing the WordPress one, just use that.
What is it? 497R or something?
Yeah, it's just a 1 credit class that's like half the semester, right?
It actually ends on Tuesday, or next week.
Yeah, I took it last semester. That was the easiest class in the entire universe.
Yeah.
I don't get those offered to me because I'm not designing.
You don't need to go there. Where's your movie?
And Miranda, I mean, I need to talk to you about what classes you took because I was just kind of going through what to take, you know? I mean, I have like 10, I don't know. I still have like 10 more classes that I need to take or something, but I just was realizing, I mean, for the design, there's really not that many classes. Like they're not
No, It's frustrating. It's very frustrating. And they keep, like, they would say that they would have some available a certain semester. Like, I was super excited about a few of the art classes that they were supposedly going to offer. Like, one was going to be creating vector images, like things like that. And then they just take it all completely out. Like, okay, not doing that one anymore. So we end up, like, you either end up having to do a bunch of the crazy art classes over again, or you have to take more of the comm classes rather than the art classes. So I don't know. I've been pretty frustrated because I feel like I could be a whole lot further on the things I can do even with the Adobe Suite than what I am if I actually had classes that used it a little more. But it's pretty frustrating. So yeah, I can talk to you sometime about what I've taken, but some of it's changed since I started anyways, because it's been taking me a while to get through. So
Okay.
but
Okay, let's start working because I have something at 11 too, actually.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Brittany's writing stuff up in the little sentences that go with the essential characteristics of each persona. So this is, if I'm remembering right, I think you are right, where it talks about for each persona, do this and do this and do this. Because in the the spec one, this example, they talked about all the different people. And so I'm wondering if those are all the different personas, technically. Meaning they're not just users, but they're actually like personas. People
personas.
But they're all the different ones. So people have gone in, already done their interviews or whatever, and now they've made these 3 to 4 personas of people who are actually going to use or are actually going to read this document. So it talks about on page 86 characteristics, or not characteristics. Wrong one.
It says 3 to 4. Let's stick with 3.
Yeah, let's do 3. Well, and then looking at that part about like, it just says, I don't know. I think that for each person, like I guess we're not on step 3 yet, but a few of the evaluation criteria for each one, it's going to be the same. It's going to be the same thing. That's why I thought I think it's a little ridiculous because the scenario is still going to be somewhat similar. But then when we get to the evaluation criteria, that really is going to be similar, isn't it? If we do an evaluation criteria for each persona, isn't that going to be like?
No, it's one evaluation.
Yeah, it says one evaluation.
All the personas into account.
Okay.
Oh, well, it says on step 3, for each persona, identify a few of the evaluation criteria.
Just
right.
So,
full words, what really matters here.
Okay.
And I'm sort of doing that in explaining what matters to them.
Okay.
So look at page 116 in the book. That's where it talks about persona and scenario, where they've got developer, tester, manager. They've got a couple different ones. Their persona is very short, detail-oriented, and patient. Very detail-oriented, or it needs a big picture, doesn't like technobabble. Like, that's their persona. It's really
got it.
Oh, so am I doing too much?
I don't know. I think it's okay how you have it, but we might almost want to put it in the table like they have it, because then you can say, here's the persona for this one. So you keep writing.
116.
Well, I think for you, it says to provide a couple sentences describing their essential characteristics. So I
think you're okay.
It says a couple sentences.
Yeah, it says sentences. I think later on when we do persona, I don't think that. Because on page 116, that's the persona and the scenario.
That's why I'm wondering, but you can, I like the couple sentences. I think you need the couple sentences because it asks for it. They just, in the book, were like, here's a really short persona, you fill it in the rest of the way.
Well, I know, but maybe we could do something more like that on step 2. So for each persona, identify the scenario. So maybe like for the recruiter, maybe we can just say a couple of words like that she already wrote, like screens, resumes, and then we can put under the scenario needs to find an employee that can do this or whatever.
Okay.
sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. So we'll leave 1, 2, 3, write all your stuff in it, and then from those sentences, we'll pull maybe one specific couple words out, like busy person looking for details for recruiter, and we'll just throw that into a table.
Yeah, and then the scenario just, yeah.
How do you make a table in, goodness, don't you make a table in
I'm sure you can. I always get confused with that.
I found it. So we've got 1, 2, 3 by 3. Okay, so we have recruit. Yeah.
I don't know if we need to make here. I'm just doing it like this. Just list them underneath the person. I mean, I don't think we need to go to the problem to make a table.
Oh.
Unless we want to.
I don't know. I think the couple of sentences for identifying the important persona would be nice to have by itself, and then the scenario we have, so that we get this table that's really quick, easy for them to see. Okay, so we've got our couple sentences here, but then we come in, okay, it's a busy person always looking for details. And we just kind of pull out the important. Thanks for fixing scenario. I can't spell.
That's okay.
You guys building?
Building?
Okay, cool. You can change. I'm just writing.
You're just fine. You write. We'll copy and make it work.
Yes.
Oh goodness. Fine. Be that way. What I was thinking I was going to do. There. Ha. Well, we also need to list criteria for each of them. Each person gets some criteria. So if we're doing a table, we need one more row, one more column in our table. Okay. I can fix that.
They actually, for their criteria, they just have one set for all of them. So I don't know if we need one in the chart because the criteria
For each
is,
of them, do a couple criteria and then do a rubric for all of them.
well, that's weird because in the book it has a single criteria. Despite the two divergent sets of users, we need to have a single criteria set to satisfy all. I mean, that's just what it says, like in the example in the book. So that's weird that that's what it asks for.
That's what I was saying about it being, it seemed silly because it's gonna be sort of the same criteria for each one.
So I think as long as we write in there, you know, they do very different things, but we need to have just one set of criteria, and we just put that in there and then write it out.
Or we could just copy and paste the same criteria under each one. Because then when we do the rubric, it is supposed to be all combined.
Mm-hmm.
So
I mean, if it's one rubric, then you kind of need to just identify the evaluation criteria and put it all in one spot.
Well, and it says just to identify words. So, I mean, are we just having to identify the words for each criteria, like the efficiency, trust? I mean, are there the words that we're, because I mean, if so, we can just, I mean, that wouldn't be hard just to, like you said, just retype or whatever. I mean, you know, just copy and paste.
Sure, we could just copy and paste.
maybe. Well, then it also says that hint, most of the variables of usability will be relevant in this exercise, which, oh, that's the rubric part. Never mind, I skipped the words about the said. Oh, wait, what am I looking at? Oh, okay, never mind. I was looking at number 4 instead of number 3 still.
Ignore me, I'm just making... Oh, let's hit Control B instead of Control B. Do we have a scenario for HR? Oh.
It was?
Yeah, it's right here.
This is why I asked.
Wait, where?
Right.
Yeah, that.
Okay. I'll go in and format it so it's easy to read later.
Ah! Did I do that or did somebody do that?
Whoever's pink.
Okay, I did that somehow. That must be what is in my paste. Okay. So, variables of usability. I need to always have them all in front of me before. So, now we need to make a rubric.
Mm-hmm.
Let me pull up. I say we just pull up.
Yeah, I would just copy and paste one we've already made, and then we can just go in and change it.
Yep.
I was going to grab the, because we have to create a rubric. Hold on. I need to step out.
That's fine. Okay, so far we have identified the important persona for a resume, 3 to 4, and provide a list of a couple sentences describing each essential characteristics, which I think we've done.
Yeah.
For each persona, identify the scenario of the person interacting with the resume. Again, provide a couple sentences describing the scenario, so we did. For each persona, identify a few of the evaluation criteria, just a couple words for each we'll do here. We did that. And then identify the evaluation criteria for the resume, taking all the personas into account.
So we need to get that.
So that's what it is. So it's basically evaluation criteria twice. So we say, okay, identify a few of the evaluation criteria for each. Now identify the evaluation criteria for the resume, taking all of the personas into account. So now we go in and say, okay, now that we've got everybody, these were the ones that were similar between everybody. So we're going to use these and then make a rubric from that is what I'm getting from number 4.
Yeah, I don't know that we specifically need to put something specific together for that combines all those. I think that's just what the rubric would be, that we take it all into account, like when we do the rubric, deciding that, okay, like that one of the things that we're finding is that like easy to find information or accuracy in information. So we need,
but don't we need to prioritize and then?
Well, that's what I was going to say. We probably,
Oh,
I
yes.
mean, I don't know.
Prioritize.
We have to prioritize things.
Isn't that how you make a rubric? Because to make the rubric, you have to prioritize and then only use priority 1 and priority 2 to throw into the rubric.
Although it says that most variables will be relevant. So, wait, I'm confused. Sorry. I mean, that's what I'm confused about. Do we need to go through those variables of usability?
Well, yeah, I think that's part of the criteria here. So easy to find, that's efficiency.
Oh, okay. I get what, yeah.
I can't spell. No errors of information, that's trust. And then accuracy of information, is that trust again?
Sorry, I'm
simple to verify information is.
Well, so do we just want to put in really quick, like efficiency, learnability, familiarity?
That's what I'm adding.
Oh, okay. I wasn't looking. I was looking at the.
That's why I was asking which ones were which. I was adding them in. So I've got trust over here. Simple to verify information. What would that be?
Let me look really quick on the book.
Okay. And then easy to find information. That's efficiency again.
Like one is.
Oh, I see where you're putting it in. I was so confused. I'm like, where are you putting it in? I didn't know where you were typing.
Probably because she said most of them are relevant. So I think we're going to have to make one for each. So, I mean, I know you kind of duplicated some, but like familiarity, does it resemble other documents serving similar purposes?
Yeah,
so
that's something that needs to probably be in
that needs to be in there. Simplicity. Is the structure of language more complex than necessary to communicate what the author wishes to say?
Right. So the person who's going to be verifying information or looking for details, maybe the recruiter would need it to be familiar to other documents so they can easily go in and look for all the details. Okay, boom, boom, boom. He's got all the information we need. Throw it in. Whereas maybe for someone else, it's not as important because it's already made it to the hiring manager. He knows someone else has already done it, so it's not as important familiarity-wise for him.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah. So, but my point, I guess, just is I think we need to use all 8 variables. So we need to make something up.
So what if it's like this? I'm doing it down on the other page. So the priority 1, we'd have.
Whoa, gotcha.
Do we need to do it like that?
I think we do, and in the end, yes. But I think we do need to kind of figure out which ones are the most. You need to be able to easily find information. That there needs to be accuracy in the information. Needs to probably be familiar to other documents, but I think that's probably a priority too. It doesn't have to be familiar. And then. Yeah, I mean, I think efficiency and trust are going to be our highest. Kind of like how it's always seemed to be. mapping is probably going to be high too, because they had that as a priority one in here. But they put efficiency and mapping together, so I don't know. See, they didn't use all of them when they did theirs.
I think what it means by in the assignment though is that for some reason, like with the resume, the way there must be a reason why they're saying for a resume you're going to want to use most of these. And I think I don't necessarily agree, because I think some of them
yeah, I mean, simplicity I don't think has a place in here.
No, but so the easy to find information as far as efficiency does visibility, is that where is that line? I mean, visibility versus the efficiency, because visibility, easy to find information, would also be, it needs to be visible. It needs to be easy to go, say I want to go straight to what their qualifications are, or you know, straight to their experience and see what they've done. That would be visibility, right?
Or would that be mapping? That it's mapped out in a way that's easy. I don't know. So if we look at their criteria, priority one, they have reader must be able to get an accurate high-level understanding of the basic composition of the feature in less than a minute. And they put that as efficiency in mapping. Versus, or as well as the reader must be able to find the specific information he's looking for in less than a minute. That's efficiency in mapping. Whereas visibility is information needed to answer a single question cannot be spread across multiple locations in the document.
Well, that's why I was thinking visibility is, you know, it's where you expect it to be. So if I want to go straight to their, you know, qualifications, I know exactly where to look. There would be, you know, something, it would visibly be a heading where I wouldn't be trying to search through the whole document to find, you know, their qualifications. I want to see, you know, okay, their qualifications, this is it right here. It says qualifications, this is the visibility. So for me, that's kind of, but, you know, I could be.
Maybe we can put efficiency and visibility together, because they do efficiency and mapping together on some of theirs. I wonder if we could put efficiency and visibility to where it's easy to find information quickly, and we can say efficiency and visibility.
Yeah, but I guess looking at what you were just saying, like the mapping, so the reader must be able to find the specific information he is looking for in less than a minute. Efficiency and mapping. So maybe it is just efficiency and mapping and not visibility. I don't.
Because visibility, I think, is not necessarily where to find it. It's that as they're going through and trying to understand everything, it's, do I have everything visible that I need to know?
Okay.
In one location.
Okay.
Rather than saying, okay, well, I have to look at qualifications, but then I also have to go look at their summary and their skills in order to actually put everything together.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know. Yes, Nikki.
What happened, Mother?
I don't know. Why don't we? Do you want to watch it again?
No, I don't want to watch.
Okay, then go on out, and I'll get it up for you. I've got the remote. Go on out. One sec, guys.
You're fine.
Back.
I've been trying to look simple to verify information. Would that just be simplicity? I mean, but because I was trying to figure out what to put there for that.
Yeah, I don't know, because how would it be simple to verify information?
I don't know.
So they go over and start verifying the information on the resume. You can't really verify. The way you verify information is you go call and talk to them and make sure everything on there is right. So I don't know if it's something in the document that would make it simple to verify information.
What if we changed it just to, well, no, because that would still be trust. I was going to say, but anyway, I guess that's accuracy and information.
But I mean, we could put in here the familiarity, that it's familiar enough that he can quickly go through it. I don't know.
Okay, that sounds good.
I don't know. I don't know.
I think that was cool, actually. Maybe instead of documents, you can put resume. Yeah.
That's what I was just doing. Freaky. Yep.
So is that enough? So we have efficiency mapping, trust, familiarity, and learnability. So 5 of the 8.
Well, some of these are, easy to find information quickly, efficiency and mapping. It's the same thing.
Yeah, it is.
By the way, I can get rid of the star here because we're not necessarily doing the most important. Run it through all of them.
Okay. I think that's fine. We can always add something in, I guess, if we. So now we do the priorities.
Right. So what I'm pulling from here is easy to find information quickly, efficiency and mapping. No errors in information.
Knocking on the door.
Okay, I'll get it in just a minute, bud.
I started typing some of that up lower below your little table.
Actually, now that I actually think trust would be almost the highest one. Like you have to be able to trust that what they put on there is accurate. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what's going to get them hired. I mean, anyone can make up stuff that qualities or qualifications that they have.
Right, but I've also been told that looking at your resume, if they can't look and quickly scan through exactly what the qualifications they need, they will check it, no matter the verification on it, meaning no matter how relevant. So I think efficiency and trust are great to put as both priority 1 because you need to be able to have everything laid out perfectly the way you need it to be, as well as the trust in there.
Okay, that's makes sense. So I'm totally cool with that.
We've also got no errors in information. That's also another trust, but I think that can be a priority too. Whoa.
So do we still think that visibility doesn't need to be?
Wait, Melissa, we can't have trust on there twice and it being like a different.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, I think we can.
Oh, really?
We've done that before. Yeah, we've done that before. They've done it in their examples in the book where they have efficiency as one thing and efficiency as another. I had trust twice in my project 2.
Okay.
And she didn't bat an eye at it.
Okay.
Because this is the same efficiency and mapping. That's the same trust. We can put visibility on there. Put it maybe for the recruiter. No, who would it be most important for as a criteria? Maybe the HR guy, that being able to find everything, because he'll need to verify the information. So if everything is visible in one spot.
And I don't mean to like be picky, but like no errors in information and accuracy in information. I mean, that's saying the same exact thing, just written different. So
right, that's why I'm not pulling it out twice.
You did pull it out twice. It's under priority 1, accuracy and information, and then priority 2, no errors in information.
Oh, I thought that meant like grammatical errors. Not.
Oh, well then let's just add, like, that's fine. I'll add. Would that be trust? Because that would be to me like something.
Well, if they have grammatical errors and different things, doesn't that kind of put your trust down a bit? They're like, oh, they can't even spell that word. They can't even write their sentence structure right. I don't know. Maybe not. Someone else put that in as no errors in information, so I thought maybe it was the same. It was different. But if it's totally wrong, we can take it out.
Sorry, my kids are crying, so I am listening. I just am muting my microphone.
You're fine. I don't know who wrote the one that said no errors in information. Did we lose Miranda and Brittany? Yeah, we lost Brittany, and I think Miranda. Yeah, we lost Miranda too. Okay, well, wait a minute.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, I'm totally here. I just am listening. My kids are
Can you
being.
hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Oh my goodness. I was doing it again where I could hear you guys, but I was talking. I wrote the one up on the top under priority 1. I don't know who wrote the one under priority 2.
Meaning it's the very first one, recruiter. Under criteria, there was easy to find information and then no errors in information trust. And I didn't know who wrote this one.
Oh,
I think it might have been Brittany.
I think both of them are fine. I just think the one you need to me, because when I read the second one, it made like accurate. I just thought you were talking about they weren't lying about like what they wrote. But if you put like grammatical error, I think it's fine. I think it works out fine.
Oh yeah, I was looking down below down here, so I was confused. I think it's saying the same thing. I think she just was saying it a different way. Like honestly, I think it was still just
the same thing. Then we should take it out.
Well, I think that was just the criteria based on each persona and scenario. Because we're saying the same sort of thing with so easy to find information quickly is the same as sort of
right. I meant at the bottom we should take it out as a priority 2 because it's
yes
the same thing as a priority 1.
Yes, I agree. I think we should just leave it as priority 1 and not have it as priority 2.
Right. I thought it was saying grammatical errors. That's why I put it as priority 2, thinking.
Oh, okay. Got it.
And then I realized it wasn't.
Got it.
Okay. And I'm also adding in here all information for a given.
I still feel like visibility needs to be in there somewhere. I know we don't have it specifically under those things, but I guess
I'm throwing it in right now.
Oh, perfect. I wasn't looking at it. I was looking at the other stuff. So
you're fine. I'm putting it under HR. All information for a given topic is visible.
Oh, okay.
One location.
Okay.
I figured that would be a good place to put it was under HR, but if it's recruiter, then maybe we'll put it under recruiter instead.
Okay, so would that be a priority 2?
Probably, yeah. I can throw it down. Okay. We have 5. Maybe there needs to be a motivation.
Technically, we have 6. I think motivation, because I think, when you're looking in the book, the document must not be painful to read or look at. That's motivation. That's what they're saying. So I would think the same thing. Like if I'm going to look at a resume, if it just looks ugly, I'm going to toss it. I'm not going to want to look at it. If it doesn't look, organized, doesn't look nice, right?
My husband says it's one of the first things. If it's ugly and hard to read, they throw it out.
So would that be under a priority 1?
Yeah, that's one of the first filters. If it's ugly looking, it doesn't even get read to see if it's accurate.
Okay, so maybe throw it under recruiter because they're the first people who see it.
What?
So we should throw that under recruiter because they're the first person who see it.
Yep. I wasn't. I thought I put that under recruiter. I might not have.
It's not, but I can put it in there. So the resume isn't terrible to look at, or the resume isn't obnoxious.
Yes. The resume is pleasing to look at.
Yeah.
I just forgot my address. And are we supposed to be doing the criteria, or are we supposed to be doing a rubric?
We're doing the criteria right now, putting it out as priorities so that we can.
Oh, and then make a rubric.
You have to prioritize it if you're going to do the
You're right.
The weighting for the rubric.
You're right.
Okay, I think this is good enough. We've got 3 and 3. Technically, we've got efficiency and mapping is the same one. So
I think it looks awesome.
I think it looks good. Okay, do we have that rubric to throw in here?
By
By the way, do you think we need this table anymore? Because we kind of have everything written out.
We don't.
Let's just get rid of it. You guys were right in the first place to not even put it. So I can see the point.
Can we just take a rubric from
here, I was starting one. Let me.
Because they just pull it from one of the other.
Yeah, I was just going to copy and paste another one that we did.
An old assignment. And then we've already got everything written out mostly. That's what I did for project 2. Was I actually went and grabbed one of the ones we had,
Well,
and pasted it in, and changed it up.
I think
it is. I don't know. I started changing. You guys can do.
If you already have one,
Did you already start one?
But I took all the writing out of it.
I was just going to copy and paste one, but.
Because we have to change. We can't copy and paste yet until we finish filling it out.
I was just going to. Yeah, I guess I worked backwards. I was going to copy and paste and then change what it said.
I don't think we can change it once we paste it because it's no longer.
Why not? It's a.
We could.
We've done that
Let me
before.
see. I'm going to do it for a second.
Okay, I'm pasting. Can we write in there? Oh, we can write in there. Okay.
Yeah, that's how we've done it before. Is we've written it all in Excel.
Oh, you're right.
And then we've had to fix. Whoa. We lost the one that had all the text in there. Do we want that had text in there?
You want me to put it back in there?
I don't know. Do we want? What do we want? Do we want just this one that's already got?
Because I was just changing it to have the 9 because she was saying we needed the 9. Because all that text we're going to have to change regardless. That text doesn't work.
True. Okay, just put in the blank one. That's fine. If we need to, we can go to one of the other ones and pull out like for mapping or for something that is really quick and easy. But I mean, efficiency and mapping we'll have to kind of put together anyway. Unless we pull them out and put them as separate. I don't know. Hold on, I'll be right back.
Okay, so are we putting it in? Do we want to change these to put it in order of our priorities?
Yeah, we probably need to give everything away, right?
So let's just change these around and let's add mapping here.
Well, isn't how we did it before that we just said easily, we just grabbed the criteria? So instead of efficiency, we would say.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
I think we did do that.
Yes.
Yes, Nikki.
Katie's playing.
Okay, I'll get Caitlin.
Hi, Nikki, Katie.
Okay, then you go talk to Katie. We'll make her happy.
Oh, I will. You take it.
Okay, I'll stay right here. Whoa. One more.
No, it's not.
Layout and perspective. Mission. I'm just going to cut this one down and say visible in one location so that it's short and simple. And then we don't need these last two. How do I get rid of? Delete 2 rows. There we go. why this is at the bottom. Or whatever. Right.
What stinks is this assignment this week is huge. The
Mhm.
stopwatch part is huge.
Well, we have to do a spec for, don't we have to do a spec for this one too?
No.
No.
Oh, good.
The rubric is the end of this one.
No, I
Well,
didn't even
no, and
look
then
at
you
the
need to
stopwatch
critique-
part.
Yeah, you need to critique a few resumes
Oh,
according to the criteria you established. Provide constructive criticism that is actionable and targeted. So, you still have
purple
to
is
do
2.
that. Almost done. And then, yeah, the last one.
One of the things is purple.
Well, I think the
It's not
stopwatch.
big.
Yeah, I think the stopwatch part, like we're just adapting what we did last week, and then we just need to, adapt what we did last week, and then work a little bit on the detailed design part.
Yeah, so I'll go grab the persona and the scenario from last week and throw it in here because we'll need to adapt it to be shorter. Because they're just a couple sentences for each. So let me grab that. I'll go grab the executive summary. Oh, which is right here.
I can't type.
Okay, then you go up there.
Nope, I can't go up there.
Okay, then you stay here. But you need to get down, Nikki.
No, I can.
Okay, and then we need the criteria, which we came up with. One.
Be up here.
Now,
I need to get
the criteria that was in 3.0, I think. Because it's just evaluation criteria, right? And it said not the rubric.
I can make sure.
Yeah. There you go, Nikki. Sit on the chair.
Oh no, my glove.
Oh. No, that just
Am I?
summary.
okay.
2.3. Sorry, tracking down all this information is taking a little bit. There we go. Found it. Okay. Does it just want the criteria or does it want like the priority 1, priority 2 part of the criteria? I'll just throw it in here, and if we want the other one, I still have it open. Okay. I'm just throwing everything in here. We'll have to adapt whatever to fit it. So we have executive summary, persona, scenario, criteria, and prototype previously developed. Okay, so I'm going to assume that is just the sketch, not meaning that just our prototype chosen from 3.1 where it was the or is that let me read the apart and see. Okay, prototype. We do not need or want a full prototype in the spec, only 1 or 2 representative screenshots to help the reader visualize what the feature or product will look like in its final form. Okay, so I could just take some of our interactive one that we put in the PowerPoint, just take some of the pictures and just throw it in here to look like screenshots. Right? Because it just says screenshots. So they'll look like screenshots, right? Let's just do that. Document.
It's the same thing I just wrote.
Okay. Oh, we need to wait the
That's true. We do need to weight them. Didn't even think of that.
I was trying to figure out a way for the weight, how to make them. Yeah.
I say 25, 25, 25 for the first 3. 10, 10, and then 5.
Okay.
Yeah, I grabbed 3 kind of screenshots. You could call
That
them
gives us
screenshots
100.
for the prototype. Seriously, just line up.
Do we have to do the put something specific as the resume critiques on here?
I think
we just have to go through the rubric, right?
Mm-hmm. I think
with
so.
resumes, like with some of our resumes,
and just see
and
how
then
quickly
some,
we
I
get-
guess, some constructive criticism
And
that was actionable.
Are we needing to type anything up for that, or is it just part of like we're doing it just as, you know, practice?
So
No,
I think we should
have to
say
write it up.
resume 1 and resume 2, and then give feedback.
Okay. And should we score it?
Well, what if we use the rubric, copy and paste the rubric, and then mark which, you know.
We could also just do it how we did in 3 point something, where we had here. I'll just grab this really fast. This way it's just quick. 1 sec.
Well,
Something like this, and then we can put easy to find information. Yeah, same idea.
Yep.
And then we can just score it.
Oh yeah.
That way it's just easy.
True. That works.
And then we'll change all the 25. This one will be 25.
I'm going from the bottom up.
Go for it. I'll go from the top down, I guess. Accuracy and information.
Do we have the same amount? So
Yeah, I think we do have the right amount. So then resume is
easy
easy
to
to
learn.
look at.
Is the resume okay?
Yeah. Funny how that works
Copy and
out.
pasting that down.
Easy to look at. And then similar to other resumes, layout as expected and visible in one location. And then overall score is this, and that's where we can give some constructive criticism. If it had this and this and that and that and whatever, then we can go from there.
Okay, so just really quick before we do anything else, I have that advisor calling me at 11. And anyway, so I'm gonna have to go. I mean, I'll wait until she calls, but what, I mean, there's still quite a bit on this assignment that's due. So what kind of are we gonna try to meet again, or are we gonna just split stuff up, or?
I don't know. We kind of have to go through the resumes together, so I think we'll need to meet again to do that.
Do we need to go through?
I say we do 2 resumes. It says a couple, and 2 people just go through them, and it's good. So like, Sarah
I agree.
can go through one, I can go through one, and you and Miranda can focus on the stopwatch if you guys have time.
I have to go. I have my first day of cleaning for a new client, and I got to be there at 11.
Okay. See you later then. I can.
Yeah.
I got to take off in just a sec. We could also, with the resumes, I mean, if we wanted to do all 4, we could just say, like, switch it up. Like, I'll take Brittany's, and Brittany takes Sarah's, and Sarah takes
A
Melissa's.
few is 2. We're good.
Okay.
Let's not make more work.
Okay.
The stopwatch
And mine is
assignment, and we
work.
have an assignment with project 3. We're good.
Yeah.
A few
Okay,
is 2.
so if Brittany and Sarah are doing the resumes, do you guys want to do Miranda's and mine so that it's opposite, or?
Sure.
Okay.
I'll go in and I'll grab one. I'll pull up Melissa's. It's the first one.
I wasn't sure. I mean, we could do Brittany's too and just have Sarah do Brittany's. Either way, whoever wants this done. Okay, and I've already grabbed a whole bunch of stuff for the stopwatch. I've grabbed the executive summary, persona, scenario, the criteria, and the prototypes. What else do we need for it? And then most of your effort should be spent on the detailed design section. Okay. So I can definitely go through and see what I can get done on the spec. Maybe it'll actually make me feel better about project 3 because I am struggling with that. Honestly, I'm struggling with motivation to do it. So
That's how I am with the that's due.
okay. So if you guys do the resumes, Miranda and I can focus on the stopwatch spec. I can do most of it, Miranda, because you have to go.
Well, I don't need you to do most of it. I just we can, you know.
Right.
I didn't know if you wanted to meet with me again, or if you want to just try and throw some stuff together and I'll throw it together and we'll go from there, or what?
Why don't we try throwing stuff together, and if we're like, okay, I'm really confused, we can meet together. And
Okay, that sounds good. I won't get to it till later this afternoon.
I'm gonna see what I can get done now because I have something at 1:30 and something at 4.
Okay.
And
if anybody else wants to join in that meeting, you know, you're welcome to.
Well, and that's what I'm saying. Just put it on Slack, and I mean, if I can come, I'll come. My hope, because I mean, that's a lot of work. This is going to take us just a couple of minutes to do. Mm-hmm. And so, anyway, I mean, I'm just saying, you know.
Yeah, so we'll see what we can get done.
Maybe I should change.
If they just want the variable criteria rather than the priorities, I can throw that in too. But all right, so who needed to jet out? Was it Sarah and Miranda both needed to leave?
Okay. Yeah, I'm waiting for her to call me, and then I'll leave, and I can finish this part.
Okay, so you're doing the rubric right now?
Yeah,
Not rubric, yeah, meaning you're great. Okay, we're good. Don't listen to me. I can't talk.
Yeah.
But Miranda can jet out if she needs to.
Yeah, I'm gonna take off. Sorry.
Thanks for your help, Miranda.
Well, I always feel like I'm not quite so helpful, but you know.
You've been very helpful. Every idea contributes.
Okay, well, okay, so I will I'll get working on that this afternoon. My parents get into town this afternoon, so I told them, I'm like, you're on your own while I do homework. So
I do that a lot. My mom says she's coming, or she came into town. I'm like, well, I get to do homework, so you can sit in a corner in my house and leave me alone.
well, in my house is
It's
not super clean. I'm like, it is what it is. So, and my mom's a lot cleaner than me. So I'm like, oh well, sorry, Mom. It is what it is. But
my mom's like, my dad is though. At one point, we were talking about adopting, and so instead we decided to get pregnant again. But we went to the initial intake interview, and we came home and picked up my kids. My father was like, well, now that means you're really gonna have to clean your house if you do that. Sure. I have 2 babies at home. Shut up.
well, that's what I'm like, and I have to use it. I have to use the single mom card. I'm like, I've got an excuse. I'm like, I'm doing 4 classes at school. I have I'm working. So I'm like, I'm using it as my excuse.
Okay, should we reduce the persona?
I'm wondering about it. I'm reducing the scenario.
Okay, I'm ducking out.
Okay, see you later.
Okay, see ya. Bye.
Yeah, I think this is supposed to only be a sentence or 2.
Go for it. I'm gonna have to cut this thing too.
Yes.
I mean, I think 1 sentence is plenty good for persona. It's 1 sentence.
All right. What do you think for the scenario? That's actually really funny because remember when we were doing the prototypes and we were trying to figure out if he was going to hit lap and then stop? Our scenario says when she's finished, he hit stop and show the results. Like it worked out perfectly the way we did our prototype to where we had it hit stop and the results were there. Anyway, I found that really funny that we actually played right into the scenario.
Okay. This detailed design is what overwhelms me.
Yeah. But that's where we just go in and we say, okay, the start button is gonna be green and they're going to be this big and lap and stop are gonna be this big and lap is gonna be grayed out and the timer is gonna be up near the top, the buttons are gonna be near the bottom, and when you click lap, you're going to get something else up here. Like you're just gonna kind of detail what it's doing. But I don't know because I wish they had like an example of a detailed spec so we could actually go in and see the entire, because I mean they kind of do, but not really. Like they go in and say, I don't know. No room for fluff. So if we fluff it, they're gonna. Fundamental goal of the detailed design section is to be sufficiently detailed and unambiguous that any 2 developers will produce the same code if the design is carefully followed. This must be accomplished while also meeting the two priority 1 criteria for the detailed design section. Which were the efficiency, mapping, and trust. So then they go through and they say structure. Okay, so we'll go in and we'll say detailed design and we'll start with structure.
Okay. See, my anxiety.
I forget how you do the
create
overall
the
school.
detailed design in.
Sorry, what, Sarah?
So that's 0.5, 0.5, 0.25. So you have 0.5, 0.5, 0.25 plus 0.2 plus 0.1. Yours is 1.55.
Thank you.
Better than mine for sure. Was that Miranda's you were looking at? Maybe I need to look at Miranda's a little bit more and model mine.
I was looking at yours.
Oh, we both did Melissa's?
Oh, that's hilarious. You're calling someone.
It doesn't matter. This is Lee.
It doesn't matter. She won't know. We're not saying which ones we're critiquing.
Sorry, I thought you used it.
Are we not supposed to attach the documents? That
Awesome.
we see?
No.
I kind of thought, well, we're getting the same scores on a lot of them. But
It's good.
that's hilarious.
That is sort of funny, though. No, my only issue with it is I have eye disease, and so it's hard for me to track sometimes. And that's what I said. Some of your alignments is hard for me to track.
Mm-hmm.
If
Going back
something's
and
aligned
forth
left,
now.
and then the end of that is aligned right, and there's nothing in between, makes it really hard for me to track.
Mm-hmm.
So it just, my eyes get easily confused.
Good to know. Might have to fix that.
I'm more nitpicky on stuff like that because I have a hard time seeing things.
Okay. Do I need to change this executive summary? Do you think we should make it any smaller, or do you think it's good how it is? It's probably good.
And
Okay, so I know this is going to sound stupid, but what exactly do we have to do on this, just so I can be thinking about it as far as, like, what, I know, like, I can see, like, what it says. So we already have the executive summary persona, scenario, you've done the criteria, so the prototype, oh, and then we have the prototype.
Yeah, so we just need
So
the detailed design.
So is that what it's talking about when it says where things like club design? We have to explain everything, no fluff, just details of how it's going to look.
I guess, because that seems weird because we're doing the, like, we already have the prototype. We already did the paper prototype where we went in exactly how it's going to work. So I don't know. It just seems weird that we're going to have to do this again.
Well, like in the quiz, you know how it says, like, how many states does the status button have? So is it just more information like that? We already have the prototype. We just have to go in and say, like, so the start button would have 2 states, right? Because it's a start button and a lap button. So is it just stuff like that?
yeah, I would create a map sort of like they did and identify each place. And then we're going to have to say how big we want the screen to be.
Oh, yeah.
A panic attack because it's so much detail that I don't know.
I don't know why we'd need to figure out, oh, do you mean just the time? Because I was like, the screen, that's going to be dependent on which person's phone it's on. We're good. You just mean like where the time screen is. Because really the buttons,
the percentage.
Because really the buttons are going to be dependent on the person's screen. I mean, it's, yeah, sure. One button's going to be 50% of the bottom, and the other button's going to be the other 50% of the bottom, and they're going to be this many pixels tall. I don't know. This much percentage tall of the entire screen. So that if it's on a smaller screen, the buttons are huge. I don't know.
I don't know either.
This is why
And then
I'm
do we
picking
have
out
to do
for
this
project.
for our web? Is this part of the project too? Like we have to do this?
Yes, this is project 3. That's why I'm like, what, Nikki?
Give me apple juice.
Okay, can you finish your milk first?
Oh, open it.
I just took that mid course evaluation, but used to it would ask questions like, "What is the course? How do you like this course?" It really was only like, it was kind. I mean, they did have you rate the course. Like one, it was mainly about the instructor, and I was like, I want a place that I can write something about this course because I do not love this class. It's a lot of busy work to me. I understand what they're trying to teach us, but it's too much work for, I think, like for how, I mean, I think we spend longer than we should on this.
Okay, so I say we take the, maybe like the center view and then map that out, pull out display screen, lap display screen, the stop start button, and the lap reset button. Those are our 4 items.
Okay.
So I don't know if Melissa can go back into InDesign where she designed these.
Of course, I've got it saved.
Label, sort of like how they did on page 120, label each area.
The advisor's calling me, so I'm sorry, I gotta go, but I'll look on Slack. If there's anything else needs to be done, let me know.
Go for it. Okay, go ahead, Brittany. Like on page 120, so I'm looking at it right now, where it shows logo, bookmark, supplement, manage.
So we have time display, lap reset button, start stop button. We have 4 items.
Okay, let me open this up. Where's my recent? Open recent. Aha. Interactive mockups. I can share my screen if you want, that way, if you're gonna stick around.
Yeah, I might have to jump in and out as he's finishing. So.
No worries. Okay, so I'll just grab like this 01 right here.
I would grab one that has the laps in it.
Oh, good idea.
I think that would be a better one.
Okay. Maybe we'll just do this whole spread right here because it has the lap, reset, stop, and start.
Okay.
And we'll just do this so it shows 2 different screens. Okay, so we're gonna go in with our rectangle and we're gonna show this one. We're going to get rid of the...
Hey, I'm gonna jump out for a minute, okay?
Go for it.